Among the tools in boat handling, tacking should be considered the most basic unit. In an average race, a team will tack more than all of their other boat handling operations combined. That's a lot when you consider that a tack generally is the one operation in boat handling that slows the boat down. Skillful execution combines the technical prowess of an athlete with a fluid understanding of the boat's physics and is a matter of minimizing damage or perhaps seizing tactical opportunity. Effective drivers establish organized and disciplined procedures in their activities. Here you'll notice the same procedure of organization performed before each tack. Establishing a routine such as this is an important ingredient to success in this sport, especially when it comes to driving. A driver's tack can be broken down into 3 separate procedures found in every tack regardless of condition. First and foremost, the driver must be driving and focused on the turn the boat makes. Second, trimming the main is often required at some point during the tack. And third, the driver must shift his or her weight with the crew. While a successful driver may appear to do all these jobs at once, a closer examination will show each task carefully orchestrated as a separate operation blending together. You'll notice that my personal style as a driver involves standing throughout the tack. This allows me to get a brief glimpse over the crew during the tack in a more open cockpit. However, this technique is not always suitable. Many closed situations require the feet-in technique that leaves the driver more grounded in rough or tactically closed situations. Both have good results, but as a driver you should be wise about when you choose to stand. Here's an example of the feet-in technique demonstrated in a tactically closed situation. You'll notice that because a starboard tack boat is approaching, the driver has to be focused on the opponent in addition to making the turn. Getting into the cockpit allows the driver better vision to leeward and control of the tiller. The trimmer is always critical to success on the J24. In addition to a cramped cockpit that challenges technique, the power of the Genoa on these boats in many cases gives the trimmer more control than the driver. Here you'll notice a successful technique demonstrated by our mid-sized trimmer Mattia. In his routine you can see he comes off the rail early, keeping the working sheet in one hand while he finds the lazy sheet with the other. His eyes remain forward during the tack, cueing off the turn of the boat and the break of the sail as it begins to luff. When he releases, he strips the winch by pulling straight up and immediately goes for the first wrap on the new winch before the load comes on. Using the weight of his body falling to the new leeward side, he trims the Genoa in. After a second or third wrap on the winch, he gives the leech a quick look over to confirm the initial trim out of the tack. On these next 2 tacks, watch the second look Mattia gives the Genoa with the final trim. This is the mark of a trimmer who understands what the boat needs.
Ready about? Helms away.
Even in the breezy conditions, the same trimming technique works with a slight omission of the second look to the Genoa. Mattia recognizes that I'll do the grinding after this tack, and his weight at this point is better placed on the rail anyway. The tactician and mast man are often left to fend for themselves in crossing the boat. Technique can range from the tactician stepping slightly into the cockpit to a chin-up style thrust, feet first to the windward rail. Whatever the technique, the middlemen cannot interfere with the Genoa sheets, and often they must help ease the lazy sheet or even give the new sheet a quick tug to help the Genoa around the boat. The greater need here is using their weight to help drive the boat, but helping the Genoa is only a slightly secondary operation. The bowman specifically moves his or her weight to aid in roll tacking the boat, but also prepares to skirt the Genoa if necessary. This is done by ducking the Genoa during the tack and grabbing the skirt line as the bowman moves to the windward rail. Then, if a skirt of the Genoa foot is necessary, he or she tugs the line while on the rail.